not a game, it's a rich thing.
Alright everybody, thanks for tuning in again for another video here at Domestic Automotive Authority. As a lot of customers and a lot of my viewers have asked me to do a walk around on my Jeep, that's exactly what I'm going to do for you today. So if you'll hang tight, I'll walk you through it and show you what I've done. Alright, so like I said before, I'm going to give you a walk around and show you some of the things on this, show you what I've put together to make it what it is now. But I wanted to give you a brief little backstory on it too. So I've had quite a few Jeeps over the years. Quite a few trucks and quite a few cars, but this one's definitely my favorite so far. So whenever I traded in the last vehicle for this one, I actually had a 2018 Power Wagon I'd fixed up a little bit, and I had originally planned on keeping it and building it out quite a bit more. But as soon as I saw this one come in on the trailer, I knew I needed to go ahead and get it. So to start off, I went straight to Skyjacker, ordered the 3.5-inch Dual-Rate Cool long travel suspension lift. And I got it with the Black Max shocks. They're actually piston-driven shocks. And then right after that, I got the Milestar Patagonia MTs. They were the 40x15.50 R20s. And then I got a hold of Motive and worked with them a little bit and got the Motive wheels, the Motive 424Bs. And they're 20x12, negative 44 offset, 4.5 back spacing. It's a pretty good setup. And then after that, I got the EAG stubby stinger up front, along with the tube fenders, the armored tube fenders to go all the way around it, and then the rock sliders. And then after the rock sliders, I ended up getting obviously a rear bumper, and I couldn't find a slim, low profile one I wanted with the trailer hitch, so I ended up putting on a trailer hitch after the fact as well. And then after that, well actually before all that, I unbolted the exhaust instead of buying an exhaust and put a little down pipe on it. It comes out literally like right here, so it sounds really good. After everything got started, I wanted to make it a little bit bigger, so I ended up going with the 40x15.50 R20 Federal Cougaras. I guess nobody really knows how to say it, but it's the MT. It's a pretty aggressive tire, and they do really well. And they're not near as loud as people say they are online either. I don't know if it's just where I'm in a Jeep and people are comparing them to trucks or something, but you really can't hear them at all. So as many people know, the Rubicons come with the 14 gears from the factory, Dana 44s front and rear. It comes with the electronically actuated lockers front and rear, and you can get the 8-speed in the JL, or you can get the 6-speed manual. I actually chose to get the 8-speed automatic. For me, the 8-speed seemed to work a little bit better for what I plan to do. You don't have to re-gear near as quick. The 8-speed really helps you keep up. So for this one, I've got the M210 up front and the M220 in the rear, which is Jeep's new 3rd generation heavy duty Dana 44s, and they are the wide track. So I haven't done anything with those yet. I've still got the stock 14 gears running the 40s, and of course, if any Chrysler people are watching, I have no tunes, anything like that, but I have definitely got it up to where it needs to be, if you know what I'm saying. Aside from that, on the Rubicon, just to kind of tell you what I'm in, it's more of a base model Rubicon. It doesn't have leather. I didn't get the color match fenders or the color match top because I knew if I got the color match fenders, I was ripping them off anyway to put armored fenders, and I didn't want the color match top because it just shows scratches even easier. But I've got the cloth interior on these, which I'm definitely glad I did. I've had leather interior in one of the other Rubicons I had, and it was fine. It just got so hot every time you took the top off. It took like 4 minutes to get used to your skin burning every time you sat in it. So I'm definitely glad I got what I got now. But of your push button off-road accessories for your magnetically actuated lockers front and rear, as well as the sway bar disconnect, which definitely comes in handy. And like everybody knows on the Rubicon, it does come with the heat extractors on top with the new JLs. And I do have the LED light group on this one, so I haven't changed out any lights on it yet. I haven't really had the need to. These lights work perfectly. And I did end up adding some rear pods for some extra lighting in the back on night rods and stuff like that. To just get started on this thing, it's a 2020 Rubicon JL Unlimited. As you can tell, I've got the 40 by 1550 tires on it. They're the Federals. And I've got Motive, they're actually called the Motive 424B 20 by 12 with -44 offset. Of course, on the JLs, they're all 5x5 bolt pattern, so if you have your JK wheels, you can still swap it over. But you can tell here, I put on the armored fenders, so these are actually from EAG. Cheap layout, but it definitely works. I've got EAG front bumper. It's the stubby Stinger, so on this, you're actually able to detach your Stinger or your bumper, whatever's on front, and put on a different one if you decide to change the style up at any time. And then if you look right here, you can tell I've got the rock sliders built into the side. These are actually frame mounts, so they're a little bit more sturdy than what you usually get with the body mounts. They work very well. And I'll show you in just a second. The suspension setup that I have set up on this is a Skyjacker 3.5 long travel suspension, dual rate cools with Black Max shocks, and those are actually piston driven shocks. So it's a great setup if you're going to do most of the weekend warrior stuff and a little bit of hardcore riding, and they're great on the road. A couple other components in the bottom. I've got the Skyjacker front dual shock steering stabilizer, and these are piston driven as well. Combined with the lift, it works really good. And as for the inside on this, I really haven't done much. I put some interior lightings like everybody else does, but aside from that, I just got the cloth interior, 7-inch screen. And of course, with the Rubicons, you always get the red dash. But it's a good setup. It works up really well for me. And then of course, it's got the 3-piece Freedom top. Beat up a little bit now, but it still works just fine. This is the flex on 40 1550s, 20 by 12 -44 offset whenever you've got 3.5-inch lift. Of course, like I said before, this is the long travel suspension, but the way it's set up, everything works really great. I end up getting right at about 2 3/4 feet travel, which works pretty well for me. The stubby Stinger front bumper, got a little bit of Prius blood on it. And then the LED light group, like I talked about before, which works great for me. Everything the way it's set up, I've really enjoyed the light setup. Now, here are the rock sliders. And for the rock sliders on this, the only complaint I have about it is the body mounts actually get smushed the way you mount them because of this bracket right here. It actually gives it the separation that you should have from the body or from the frame to the body is taken away and put to the rock sliders to the frame, which is kind of annoying, so it ends up dropping your Jeep. I'd say this one's probably dropped 1.25 inches of where it should be. And everything tucks up really great. And then there's the rear bumper I was talking about before. As you can see, like I was talking about, no muffler under here. Dana 44 wide track. Everything works great for me. And the flex just looks awesome. So that's it for today, guys. I just want to give you a quick walk around and show you some of the things I've done on this, some of the main key features that make it what it is. If you have any comments or suggestions, drop it below. If you want to see something else on this Jeep, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to show it to you. But if you'll stick with me through this process, through the next few months, maybe even years, we're going to build it out to its max and see exactly what a Jeep can be capable of. Until next time, take it easy.